How's it going, everybody? My name's A Stack of Paper, and welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, in the last episode, we did quite a bit. We've learned about Milton, and he was super artistic. Lewis, he was really cool, and apparently he had some sort of a abuse, substance abuse issue, and well, during the course or over the course of his therapy, he got a job at the canning facility, and he basically just lost his mind in his own way. He he got so overconsumed with this fake world that he had created inside of his mind, and it led him to his own death, basically. Um, Gregory was just a little baby, and it was just like you know, mom wasn't Mama Kay right there wasn't paying attention because at the time Kay and Sam were going through a divorce, and she had left him in the bathtub unattended, and he turned the water back on after she had turned it off, and you could kind of paint that picture. Gus, um, it was when Kay and Sam got married, I believe it was, and he didn't want to be a part of the wedding or the services, and so he was flying his kite outside, and I think he just got swept up by a storm that came in. I think it was because he was flying his kite around. He Yeah, I think he just got killed in the storm that came through during the wedding. Um, so yeah, let's move on. Let's see what the rest of this has got to offer. It looks like we're just about done, and that's why you guys could see me wearing the same shirt in the last episode. It's just so intriguing that I just want to play it. Um, so yeah, let's keep this going. Yep, his medication. Looks like beers or energy drinks or something.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch. On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Oh, this
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
this is this is when we left.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Man,
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
Edith,
Maybe it should have come
this
sooner.
is my room.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Okay, I think I'm ready for it, Edith.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. until supper when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
She's gonna listen in.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
Because of your stories?
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
History of the Finches by Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, we're going to the house.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled
I believe
awful.
it.
You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh, that's no good. But if we keep walking straight, we should be fine, right?
I got turned around.
Oh. Nope.
I started seeing things.
Oh. You don't belong in the ocean.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
That you'd forgotten.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
What'd you see?
That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
It's got the fence like right where it should be. Isn't that something?
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
No,
It's mine.
Edith!
I just want to read the
Mom, you're gonna
book.
Rip it, let go!
I want to know the story, Mom. Don't do this to me.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Can I wave?
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Oh.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Did she get cancer?
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
You?
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Like,
If we lived
me?
forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
oh, the baby. Her baby. Because she's pregnant.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
How did Edith die? I thought we were playing as Edith the whole time. Oh. The story was, or this game. It was just so dense with just with just hard-hitting stories. Like, through a few of them, I was I'll be honest, I was really trying to hold back the onion cutting water show. Jeez. Just everything was so just unfortunate. Like, oh man, like that from the beginning, the house, as it was being transported over the ocean, it crashed, and then they rebuilt the house, and then I think it started with Barbara, and you know, she was a child star, and then from Barbara to Molly, like what did actually happen? They, you know, it was 10 years old, she wrote that story, and it's just like that, and now she's dead. So I still don't know if it was elements of magic was it just what people perceived as magic for how strange the events were that led to somebody's demise or disappearance? Just, oh my goodness, just like how the adults kind of crumbled and fell apart due to the events. Like, it's terrible that it happened, but at the same time it's sort of understandable. Like with Walter, he hid in a cave for 30 years because he just couldn't deal with reality and what had happened. And that's like, how did Grandma Edie take all this? And then there was the final story that we were trying to read that we couldn't finish. And is that sort of like the main point of this game? It's like, sometimes you just don't get to finish and see the end to every story. And it was done in such a great way. The end. So I applaud the game developers. And it's sometimes pretty difficult to get emotionally invested into characters and into stories, but this one I had to finish it. I needed to know what happened to everybody, and to most people, you don't know what happened to Grandma Edie. You know, they left that night, and she was never seen again. Milton, he disappeared. We don't know what happened. He was never seen again. What happened to Dawn? Was it cancer? Well, it had to be something of the sort. Oh man. I just everybody's story was really unique. And on some sort of level, everybody was a bit relatable. Like, yeah. So this was a really enjoyable experience for me, and yeah, it was a ton of fun, and an emotional roller coaster to play through. So thank you guys for watching. I much appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.